Chief Technology Officer of the State Library of Victoria, and it is my pleasure to welcome all of you here to the State Library today. I'd especially like to thank and welcome the event organisers, Eve Penford-Dennis and Paul Callaghan, who have put all the hard work to make this happen. The principal sponsor, Next Wave, along with other games groups and organisations who have been so supportive of the event. Our Freeplay speakers and, of course, the delegates. This event is being held in the traditional lands of the Kulin Nation, and I wish to acknowledge them as the traditional owners. I would also like to pay my respects to their elders and to the elders of other communities who may be here today. Over the last 5 years, Freeplay has built a reputation as Australia's most exciting independent games festival. And we are delighted that this year the State Library is hosting the event. It is very fitting that it should take place in Melbourne, as this city is home to almost half of all Australian game developers. It is also very fitting that it should take place in the State Library. You may wonder how electronic games fit with books, manuscripts and historical documents, but they are all part of our rich experience through storytelling. And stories are at the very core of our nation's heritage. Through ancient and modern times, they have defined who we are, what we stand for, and the values we hold dear to us. Games, books and other storytelling formats contribute to the narratives that surround us. On a more prosaic level, they assist with literacy, not only by encouraging people to improve their reading skills, but also by requiring a high level of comprehension, logical progression through a text, and ability to decipher clues. At the library, we not only have a wealth of information about video games in the books, magazines and journals in our collection, but also our amazing Experimedia space. The facilities contained within it a commitment to explore this area in more depth. And I know that part of the conference you'll see Experimedia if you haven't been there already. Experimedia hosts a busy calendar of workshops, forums and activities with free access to digital hardware and software. Visitors can make use of gaming consoles, experience interactive art, watch films, connect to the web and play chess. We see Experimedia as the library's gateway to the future, and we have acquired many games, including a host of new titles, as a way for library users to engage with technology and the various different game formats. Our aim is for Experimedia to be even more widely known and well used as a smart technology, gaming and learning space. So we hope you will go away from this event and tell your friends and colleagues about it. In addition to the physical delivery of new and innovative elements at the library, we are also keen to identify opportunities to extend our digital online offer. So please keep in touch with us via our website and look out for news of new projects under development for 2010. And if you would like to be part of our exciting plans, why not consider volunteering at the library? We're always looking for people with new skills to help us provide users with the very best, most relevant advice and guidance. And we are looking for people to develop an iPhone application for the library at the moment. We'd love you to contact us if you're into that type of thing. Recently, we have been involved in a number of successful cutting-edge initiatives involving gaming and learning, including Press Play and partnerships with Dissector and Sin Media. And now we have Freeplay. Looking through the program, you have a full and active couple of days ahead of you. I was particularly interested to read a description of one of the sessions which said, "Games have, in a short time, become a defining force in our culture. But what do practitioners of other creative forms really think of them?" I'd like to say, from the library's perspective, we are in awe of the impact your industry has had in such a relative short space of time, and keen to discover ways in which we can bring traditional and new formats together for the benefits of library patrons. Our best wishes for the success of this event, and if you're able to find a free moment, please take time to visit our independent type exhibition in the Keith Murdoch Gallery. There are no games, but there's plenty to explore. And now I'd like to hand over to Paul Callaghan, who will tell you more about the event. Thanks, Paul.
Hi. Thanks very much for your patience. Obviously next year we'll have more time for registration. We're running maybe about 10 or 15 minutes late. That'll probably either push it in one of the sessions where we put up a buffer zone, or it will just push it at lunchtime. Everything will still happen and everything will still have the same amount of time. So please don't worry that you're going to miss out on anything. The other thing is, what I want to say is, remember this is a library. If you are transitioning from this space to the Experimedia space, don't shout and make a lot of noise, because I was talking to some of the volunteers and they will shush you, and it sounded like a bad shush, not a good shush that you would be getting. I think that's kind of everything. Please check out Xperia Media, like Ian said. It's an amazing space that we have. We have some independently developed games happening there. We have some locally professional developed games there, which we're very excited about having. The other thing that I need to mention is do the feedback forums at each session, and also write down if you have a certain speaker that you want to see. Again, we have a session tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock called Freeplay Greatest Hits. We'll try and bring them back and have a bit of a conversation with them in a chat, and we'd like you to ask questions if you didn't get the chance earlier. So fill out the feedback forms. Patrick Burrow, for those guys who have asked me that, yes, he is in the country, and yes, he will be here this evening at 5 o'clock to talk about Pre-Owned Physics Deluxe, including games. And I think that's everything from an admin perspective. I want to talk a little bit, just very briefly, so that we can get into the kind of the main meat of the sessions, about why we took on Freeplay and what the history of Freeplay is, and why even I thought it was worthwhile continuing, and why we spent the 3 months getting to today. It was started in 2004 by Marcus Westbury, who was a creative director at Nextwave back then, and he saw a gap in the sort of the space in the industry for an event that was focused on creativity. There are a lot of events like trade shows where you can find out about games that are coming out. There's a lot of career type events where you can go and find out how to get a job in the industry, and there's a lot of sort of professional events where you can spend $500 and spend 2 days in Brisbane listening to other developers, but there isn't really a space where, like Freeplay, where you can get artists and independent developers and professional developers and writers and filmmakers and visual artists and journalists and students and educators in the same space and getting to interact. And that was always the goal of Freeplay. And I think, sorry, my phone is not on, as it has been going all morning. And that's what we wanted to do this year. And when we looked at the program and we started to think about what sort of people we could bring on board, that was the thing that we wanted to celebrate. Even I had lots of very long conversations about what we wanted Freeplay to be, and we kept returning to a celebration of creativity. That was what we wanted, because both Eve and I are, in our own ways, creatives. We may have gone through a lot of different jobs, but we want to make things. We want to put things together and get them out into the world. And as we were thinking about what we wanted to do with Freeplay, we realised that we wanted to share that with everyone. We wanted to get everyone else to kind of share our enthusiasm for the medium and for the creative possibilities of the medium and for looking to the future. And that's really defined almost every decision that we've made over the past, I think, 100 days? 3 minutes, just nod. You don't have to share. The past 100 days of trying to get Freeplay together. And it's informed the program, it's informed the people, the 50 speakers that someone said to me on Friday, 50, that's more than we've ever seen ever on anything. That's awesome. And we're really happy about having that many people to come along and share their experiences with you. It informed the people, it informed the session choices that we had, it informed the shape of the program in almost every kind of facet. It informed the dreams that I have had for the past week, because I've been unable to sleep, because I've been busy thinking about Freeplay and busy thinking about what's going to happen today. And so it's about that. It's about celebration of creativity and about focus. And it's about that independent spirit. And we know a lot of thinking about what independent means to me. And it really means being able to make your own choices, I think, either creatively or personally. There are obviously people who make games on their own, and that's kind of a big part of the independent thing. But there's also people here who work in large companies and are carving their own way and have made that choice in their lives to do that work. And I think that that's just as independent, because they've said, I don't care what everyone else is doing, I'm just going to make my life and my creative experience and my sort of career exactly what I want it to be. And that's really for us, I think, what Freeplay is all about. It's about celebrating people making the choices in their lives and the creativity and pushing forward, and then being willing to share that. And I've gone all rambly, and I'm kind of choking up a little bit as well. So I might leave it there. I do just want to thank, very quickly, I want to thank my absolutely incredible co-director, E. Penford Dennis. Without him,